Welcome back to Spotlight. I'm here with two of the loveliest young ladies in the Virgin Islands, and they are already taken. So, but I want to welcome Mrs Bvi 2016, Angel Cameron. Welcome to Spotlight,
Thank you. Welcome.
and you as well, Ms. Bvi 2015, Siobhan Finley.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
Yes, a new pageant, Mrs. Bvi. That means that you are married.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. And so, as married women, what is the motivation to get into a pageant?
That was actually the lifestyle challenge why I decided to go. Because, you know, being behind the scenes for most of the years in pageantry, I never did a pageant before. So seeing the advertisement for, it was actually labeled lifestyle challenge. That's the only thing that got me say, hey, I wonder. And it was just to motivate and empower other young people and women my age or even married as well to get into something that they never did before. So I took it on as a challenge.
So they dared you, and you just said,
Basically. Basically, and
So
I gave it a try.
So the lifestyle challenge, is that part of a organizational plan for women in the territory, a new plan? What is that about?
Well, I wouldn't say it's that new, but I would say it's been revived. And because we have a reigning queen over 14, this year would probably be her 15 years, being Mrs. Bvi. However, now that it's here and it's in the know, the Mrs. Globe group has been able to create a wonderful foundation called WIN Foundation, Women in Need. And we have been able to branch to the British Virgin Islands and be able to capture women that are, you know, we just need empowerment in whatever, you know, possible, and that's positive.
So married women don't have enough to do. They need to-
Yes, we have, and
Yes, we have tons to do.
That's the challenge. We do have a lot to do, but we are strong, powerful women that can be able to multitask, still be able to run their family, and, you know, have a good life that give back to the community at the same time.
What your husband say about this?
Very supportive, honestly.
Yeah.
Same here.
Same
My
here.
husband is very supportive.
Yes.
So the WIN organization is Women
Women
In
in
Need.
in Need, and the founder is Dr. Tracy.
Tracy
Kimball.
Okay, and what is Women in Need? Sounds, I don't know, not as positive that I would like it to sound.
And I guess how the name is formed, however, it's more of an empowerment group, empowering women, whether they're going through, you know, life challenges on a regular, at work, spiritually, emotionally, tapping into themselves and being able to be confident. Because at the end of the day, you know, you go on, you have your family, you have your work, and you have a load to carry. So normally, your eyes are on you as to how good you can hold up. And, you know, being able to encourage us in our different issues and letting us hold that confidence and still walk in our heels. I would say, you know, it's a good form of empowerment.
Now you, and I'm getting to you. Don't worry, I'm coming to you. You had a platform, and I guess all the Mrs. Bvi have to have a platform and have to
Yes.
do some community work. And your platform was education.
Education.
And what have you done during your reign to, you know, make whatever your goal was in education a success?
Within the education platform, I went with a slogan called "The Ultimate Key to Success," and it was something that I actually wrote now 16 years ago. Actually, I think it's more 18. On education being the ultimate key to success. And it's very funny that I took on this challenge 2 years ago to say, well, hey, let's do this. And it's funny that the same platform that I wrote, it's the same thing that's happening, that without education, you know, you don't have any limits. You know, you're very limited, sorry. And, you know, I wanted to be able to share. It might seem broad, but my education is being able to educate yourself within whatever positive there may be, you know, whether it's social issues, spirituality. You have to search, you have to read, you have to know, seek that knowledge within education so you can uplift yourself.
So this is within and without the system. So
Yes.
you get your education in the system.
Yes,
whatever-
academically.
academically, but then in your mind there are some other types of knowledge that you need to have as an individual that's not being taught in the schools.
Exactly. You know, even as parents, you know, motivating and empowering our mothers or fathers to be able to stick with their children, encourage them, take them by the hand if they have to, come down to their level when they need to, be able to find different strategies when one is not working. It's not always a give up. What else can I do to make it work? You know, the system is very tough to deal with at times. So being able to, you know, analyze a lot of things and seeing where your next step is very important.
You went to China to represent the BVI in the Miss Globe, right? And I'm sure we're going to see a little bit about that experience. What was that like for you?
Very eye-opening, very exciting, anxious, nervous. Oh, the emotions were rolling, but I took it with that challenge in mind and being able to, you know, grasp at anything that I saw was positive to bring back to the BVI. And I tell you, I kid you not, we are among the stars.
So you were pleased to see the accolades that the BVI was receiving in
Yes,
China.
very much so. That's what got me like, hey, I need to share this. I need to bring this back. And, you know, because a lot of the times, you know, you would hear the wording on the street or what have you, and in the status of the BVI financially, but then traveling across the globe and being able to see a whole different light about the Virgin Islands. I think we are here now to empower and educate our young people, even the older ones and our leaders, that it's a lot more to it, a lot more that we can share, even with the teachers that I came in contact with, that, you know, because now they're implementing financial services in the schools. And, you know, sometimes they're saying, it's not that easy to teach, you know, it's just some probably blah, you know, information that you'll be able to share. But being in there and seeing our numbers, seeing where we are ranked amongst the other countries, and just listening to the news earlier in regards to where we stand, I kid you not, that's where we are. And I think we need to share that and educate our people on how important it is, and, you know, the success that it can reap from it, along with finding other avenues.
Okay, cool. Mrs BVI 2016, Angeli Cameron. Did I say your name?
Mrs. Siobhan Finley.
Mrs. Siobhan Finley, because I remember saying your name. I must.
That's okay.
Yeah, and Miss Angel
Yes.
Cameron. So you just when was the pageant?
The pageant was on March 19th, so just over a month ago.
Just over a month
yes.
ago. So you were the new reigning
Mrs.
BVI.
Correct.
And your platform is
Environmental sustainability.
And what does that mean?
It means, how do we keep the BVI going for generations to come? You know, the way modern technology is going now, we love what it's doing. We love the way that we can quickly speak with people across the globe. But how sustainable is it for our environment? It does damage to our environment. Every day we use plastics. There was a plastic bag initiative that started 2 years ago. I don't know if you remember that.
Yes.
Where supermarkets throughout the territory partnered with the BVI government and decided
I have
to
15 bags in the back of my truck.
I'm happy to hear that.
Yeah.
And yes, and they decided that they will dispel plastic bags slowly but surely. And I'm very sad to say that if we look back now, our supermarkets have gradually started bringing those plastic bags in. They were charging you 10 cents before, now...
You mean the plastic bags coming
The
back?
plastic bags have come back, and they were charging you 10 cents before, now the cashier might slip you one or two. Oh, it's okay. We don't want to have that because we don't have the necessary means in our territory to get rid of plastic bags completely. We don't have recycling plants. We don't ship them out so that we can make sure that they're being recycled and reduced and reused properly. We're just not ready for that. And our BVI depends on tourism, financial services, and hopefully fishing soon. You know, for agriculture, we can't afford to have this amount of plastic bags. And
So what's coming up for you in the future in that regard? What you see your role as, and how are you planning to implement some of your plans?
so my whole purpose is to educate. Like Siobhan, I think it's very important that we educate ourselves on what we need to do as a territory and as a community within the small sections of our zones, whether it be Zone 6, whether you're in District 1, whether you're in District 2. What can my district do to make sure that the BVI is sustainable for my great-grandchildren who have not been born yet? What do we do to make sure that we don't overbuild and take up this beauty? What do we do to make sure that our marine life can sustain itself for the next 15 years? What do we do to make sure that we don't have to depend on importing agriculture, but that we're growing things properly here in the BVI? That's my goal, educating, number one, and then implementing solutions to go forward with how we can slowly but surely move towards a greener BVI.
A greener BVI. Well, of course, you know, it's going to take legislation, government policy change.
We do have some
political action.
It will.
Yes. So what we looking for? You looking to run for, what district are you in?
I'm in District 3. I'm in the beautiful and lovely District 3.
That politician in District 3 is getting old. He's been there 16 years, I think.
Yes.
Yes.
Doing a fantastic job for 16 years. Yes.
Okay. So you ain't running against him. Is that what that means? Well. Okay. So you might not have to run against him, but how are you going to work with him to help to shape policy in the territory and get some of your plans implemented, or get that education going that you seem so passionate about?
Yeah, so I've already set up some meetings with different communities and different departments within government. So next week I'm meeting with Department of Agriculture to talk about, what can we do in the future? What do they need? What do they require? And I intend to be that voice. If this is what you need, sometimes it's difficult when you're in a position to be the voice because you feel victimized. I'm okay with taking that victimization for you if it means a better BVI.
You could take the blows.
I'll take the blows.
Strong woman again.
Okay. So this Mrs Bvi Pageant, your field has been really impactful on both your lives. Is it, or were you always this strong and vibrant and assertive, and confident?
For me, it's only a month in, and to be very honest, it's not something that I would have ever seen myself doing. I'm not the typical pageant person. However, the thing about the Mrs. British Virgin Islands pageant organization, it's not a beauty pageant. The focus is charities. How can married women get involved and showcase certain charities? We have the BVI Diabetic Association, which is under the umbrella of the local Mrs. British Virgin Islands group, and that is our main focus. How do we get them the funding that they need? How do we get people to continuously test for diabetes? Those are the things that we are here to do, bringing normal, everyday community activities to the forefront. Some of these activities just need a voice, just need maybe a pretty face like Siobhan, just to say and bring focus to what they have going on. And that's our job, bringing charities to the forefront. It has nothing to do with the beauty aspect of it, but so much to do about how much we can give back.
Exactly.
So diabetes is one of the charities that you raise money for, you intend to raise money for, you intend to showcase, speak about.
Yes.
And there's any others?
Yes, so we have a few under our umbrella. The BVI Diabetic Association is our number one. For me personally, I've taken on the challenge for the BVI Autism Center. I've met with those kids. I had a wonderful time with them last week, the week before last week on the port, and it was an amazing experience, being different but not less. I also want to help to push that Green BVI Forum forward. I don't know if you know that the King Garden plant for the glass has closed down. You know, it's...
I heard.
Yeah,
I think is it moving to Virgin Garden?
It should be moving shortly, and it's sad. But how do we sustain these things? In addition, we have a few other charities. The Stiletto Walk is a global WIN organization group, and the whole purpose of that is domestic violence. How do we shine the light? We do it every year, but only at a certain time. Siobhan and I aren't here to just bring charities at the forefront during that month. We're here to bring charities at the forefront all year long. And the Stiletto Walk is for domestic violent victims, and we're going to be doing a charity where we'll have a lot of women walking. You know, instead of you doing your marathon run in your sneakers, you'll come out in your pretty heels, and we will do a short walk and show that we can be strong women in heels and what victims look like, because everyday victims aren't normally the people with the black eye. They're the ones with full face of makeup covered up, who are well suited together, and you would never know that something is wrong at home.
When is this going to happen?
This will be happening June 17th. More details will follow shortly. I'm excited about that mission. It'll be at the Captain Mulligan's in Annie-Keys, and that will be June 17th.
Great. Well, finally, before we go beyond the turning of the clock, what is in store for what is the future of Mrs. BVI? Where do you see it going? What's going to happen?
I really see it flourishing into something that will become bigger than it is now. Being that it revived, and I think, you know, other women are probably looking on to see how far it's going to take, and not something that it's on the board today. Because yes, my reign is completed, and Angel have taken the baton to do such a great job. However, I do not see it as a year reign. My work is not complete. Like I said, it was a lifestyle challenge, and it has been able to, I've always been outspoken and eager to do what have you once it's positive. However, this has enhanced my lifestyle to ensure that you tap into or talk a little bit longer with a woman or a man or a father, a mother, a sister that need that extra ear, that listening ear, because they're struggling with something. And we are here to empower. You understand? You know, we're here to empower each other and being able to carry on, and because we face a lot, we go through a lot, and being able to say, hey, I have your back. That's all we need sometimes.
Yeah. So I can look forward to a group of Mrs. BVI. BVI.
We intend to form a coalition.
Just going out to the community and doing community work.
Yeah. Yes. Not only are we mothers, not only are we wives, but we are community-minded women. Yes. We want to be able to put country above self in the right way.
Well, Mrs. Angel Cameron and Mrs. Siobhan Finley, it was a pleasure to have you on Spotlight.
Thank you so much.
Pleasure
to be here.
Yes, we're going to take a break for a word from our sponsors. We're going to come back with Mrs. Harris, Ms. Miriam Jallo, and Mr. Nakoy Stout, cast and director, member of the cast and director of Unveiling Seretta. Yeah. Right after these words from our sponsors, keep it locked right at Spotlight.
Spotlight is brought to you by the National Bank of the Virgin Islands and CCT Global Communications.